And we are live. Good morning and welcome to Mando Mornings. I'm your host, Zevius, and I'm here with two special guests. We have Dee in the house, as usual. And we've got Buddy Lord, Buddy the dinosaur. Morning.
Good morning.
As usual. And we've got Buddy Lord, Buddy the dinosaur.
Every time.
And I do that every time. So forgive me, we'll carry on. All right, we just watched The Mandalorian episode 6. What'd you guys think?
Buddy. Oh, we're
Meh? I like that. Okay, you got a meh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know what they want. Like, it was very action packed. It had a lot of, I don't know. The choreography was all right.
Mm-hmm.
The fighting choreography, and people are going to say, oh, that was so good. And it had Boba Fett, and everybody's had a boner for Boba. So they're going to be very glad that, their boner can finally be sated with Boba Fett and him being such a badass. But in all honesty, the story sucked.
Okay, let's get into that in a sec. But let's top level responses. What'd you think?
It was nice to see Bubba. It was great. It was great to see what Grogu was like doing more than just eating weird random things.
Hashtag boner for Boba.
No, but like I don't know. We got to see this much of Gina, but at least she was there. I mean, Cara Dune, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Last week's was definitely more exciting.
Okay.
But this was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I loved it. Sorry.
Oh, I know why.
What?
All the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
There were so many. It was
the
so
fan
great.
service part of it is definitely that's legit.
Yes.
But I mean, I haven't seen Boba Fett. Here, I just told you guys, I put a new desk in like earlier today, and I found all my original Kenner 1977 things. I haven't seen this for 40 odd years. So Boba Fett doing stuff, seeing Slave One, all the stormtroopers, all of that. I mean, we can break it down in a bit here, what's good story-wise and whatnot. But the sound design, I mean, it was so many things that I've wanted to see from Star Wars since, that's 1980 at least. And then that whole, it felt like playing a mixture of Battlefront and Force Unleashed. It was all kinds of awesome stuff. You guys didn't play Force Unleashed, but like throwing stormtroopers against walls and doing things and just and a Indiana Jones ball thing happening.
Yes.
So it was fun. That's my take. I give it a.
Oh, we're rating it.
It's a fun way to start.
Okay.
I give it an 8.5.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow. Buddy, what do you think? Obviously, you're nowhere near that.
No, I'm gonna say 5.5.
Cool. That's respectable. Okay. Dee, what do you think?
I didn't think about rating it. I mean, I did thoroughly enjoy it. Nothing else. For sure.
Dee doesn't want to hurt any feelings. Not even an animate film.
I don't know. I like to watch it again. I mean, I was tripped up in the beginning. No, I totally want to watch it. I would watch it again.
We'll watch it.
And I want to watch it again.
Now that you know, they say Tank Ferrick.
Well, exactly. Thank you. That bugs me so much.
Wait. Someone remind me.
My gosh.
What is Tank Ferrick?
Dank Ferrick. It is a expletive. It's an expletive that he's used several times before, actually.
Dank means stinky?
Dank memes like Elon Musk says.
Oh, there you go. So.
Good morning, Michael T. How are you, bro? Yeah, right? Is Buddy the dinosaur high?
No, Buddy the dinosaur likes a good story that actually makes sense and isn't forced and contrived and based on, or predicated on like the kind of overemphasis on father and son when they are not, but it's obvious that the kid doesn't want to go. And then he sort of happens into the whole Jedi satellite thing. And then the people come, and he's like, and then he keeps trying like a doofus to get through the thing. He's like, I'm going to try this. And then he can't. And he's like, okay, you just stay there. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like that dialogue it hurt. It's so dumb it hurt. And then he's like, put down the jetpack. And then like, that's the whole, even though it's there and we've already seen he can control it with something on his wrist, he just leaves it there and runs up the hill like a moron.
See, this is, and I want to I'll say this before we get into this. For everybody listening, I've been working with Buddy for about a year. Buddy's a writer. I'm an artist. So Buddy will worry about things, and that's good for him. Someone's got to do it. And I can just be like, I don't care. Yeah,
I get it. Like, and I know what they want me to think. I think after seeing, like, I was telling them this great, subtle, well played, very interesting, ironic, where irony was used correctly in this movie called The Beast. And it's a double entendre to have something that's subtle, nuanced, and interesting, and then see this. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, but spaceships. But
writer, artist, I'd like to just be entertained, and it was lovely. It was a great escape to get away from what's going on in the rest of the world right now. So, and
I can feel that. I get that, that like people come in and they say, okay, well this, but this was interesting. It was fun, yada, yada. But for me, when I watch anything, like I said, we've talked about this before. Somebody asked me the other day, can you turn off your brain and read a book? Can you just read a book for a book or watch a movie for a movie? And no, I can't. Like I look at these things and I dissect story like a programmer dissects code. And so when I see this, I'm just like, this is horrible. As soon as I saw him put the jetpack down, I was like, okay, that's going to be a big thing.
And I want to clarify that I don't fully turn my brain off. It's as long as it's not something offensive. So, and I don't want to talk about it, but I mean the Disney trilogy of Star Wars. Within 10 minutes, they had lost me. In sorry, not Rise of Skywalker, but the first one. So sorry, Force Awakens.
Yeah, Force Awakens.
10 minutes, I'm like, I'm really, everything here is so bad, it's so forced and so derivative. So
yeah, I mean that was just horrible, and it wasn't even fun, and it wasn't even done well. Like this, at least, it does have like good fan service in that the boner for Boba was sated. Everybody's. Boba came and he did his thing, and he was badass, not only as just a dude without armor, but then when he got the armor, he was a one-man army, which is what everybody wants to see.
Yep.
And but then it's just like there's a couple of stupid things. Like the ship obviously can tell what's on the ground, and it shoots Mando's ship, but then lets Boba fly up within like 100 feet of it. Really? Really?
Yeah, there's those little logic things. Back to, bringing back Boba Fett I was just stoked seeing all the same marks on the armor, everything, and it looks like it's a couple decades later. And then when he finally emerges from it, I wasn't expecting him to go get it off the ship by himself. But then having the robe underneath it, and he's like twice the thickness that he used to be. It was so much like that looked and felt kind of Kurosawa. Like this really cool. I mean, you got this. I think isn't he Maori? Like he's
yes, he is Maori.
Did you say we're gonna have spoilers?
We're gonna have light spoilers, guys.
Yeah,
like we're not gonna.
Okay.
We'll talk as it comes up, but
okay.
I'm not gonna break down the plot.
No,
they have it. In fact, they probably have him his skin lightened in such a way because the Maori they have like one of their parents is like they get a tattoo on their face, and he has it, and they're hiding it.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wait a sec. So he's probably had that. That would be an adult ritual thing, I would assume. I'm not familiar with it.
It's when they're young. Like it is as they're growing up, they choose which parent to have.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, because I'm looking at him on screen. Well, we all are, and I'm not seeing it at all. Let me scrub it.
No, but his head is way lighter than. Yeah, no, I do know what Buddy's talking about. I do see.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love here. Let me sort of scrub over to just get that full profile of forgive me, don't wait on me. This just the and you sort of got that like that almost that samurai type kind of vibe.
Yeah. Debbie Kung says, I like the plot development with Boba Fett. Hashtag boner for Boba. Getting back his armor. His dad, Jango, being confirmed as true Mando. But is it just me? I find Robert Rodriguez's work to be energetic, yet so campy in dialogue and action that it always feels like a bunch of kids playing make-believe with a handy cam in the backyard. That's kind of what it felt like to me.
Nice, man.
Very like apt description, very apropos. I just felt like it was a lot of very tropey action put into a short, like that was very dumb. Like there's this woman, she's using a huge cannon, basically to like a laser cannon to fire at people within like 20 feet of her. I'm like, why don't you just get 2 guns, 2 pistols? It'd be a lot faster.
Yep. and you actually, I mean, I didn't give it a 10 by any means. And back to what W. Kung YT said is, I felt similar to that, but I actually felt like they played a hell of a lot of Xbox and then just kind of ran with that. Like that's almost where the choreography comes from. They played a bunch of Battlefront,
I think the thing I hate the most, though, is that this is literally setting up the same scene as last year, but with Jedi instead of Mando. You realize that, right?
Oh, you think we're going to get that next week?
Not next week.
Oh,
the last episode.
Yeah, episode 8.
What's going to happen is they're going to go there, and the Dark Stalkers or whatever are going to beat them. What are the Dark Stalkers? They're kind of the weakened, diluted, distilled Dark Jedi. So then who's going to beat them? Jedi.
That's an interesting theory.
I mean, Jedi.
There's no other reason for him to make the setup that he does the Jedi satellite thing. They're going to go in there next week. They're going to look like they're doing good. Then they're going to get beat. Then Moff Gideon and the Darkstalkers are going to be, start to come at him and almost kill him. And then the Jedi are going to show up.
Let me think about that for a second. You think the Jedi are going to come and save things?
Yep.
Wow. Tell me why. I don't think so. But
you don't think so?
No, I don't think
because he's called them. He's called them, and all that is a shot from that's a beacon, more or less, right? They're shooting a beacon out there into space, saying, "Hey, I'm a Force user. Help me." That's an SOS.
Okay, so we're gonna get like a dozen Jedi show up.
I think you're gonna get the Jedi that are across the universe to show up. Yeah.
That many?
Nice.
Well, he was sitting on the stone, and he was had the Force thing going on. Yeah, so that was the beacon. That was a call.
And yeah, it's a beacon.
Yeah.
But are we gonna have like an army of Jedi, like episode 2 kind of stuff?
I don't think it's gonna be an army. It's gonna be like 4.
I was thinking 6, like half dozen. So,
okay.
Well, you said dozen, and I'm like, how many are left though? Like, what's going on?
I think it's going to be like 4. You're going to see the ones that have been set up, like Ezra or Jezra or whatever his name is from the Rebel series. Probably there's another one that Weaponized Nerd Rage was talking about that was in the books. Like he looks sort of like a mixture between Han Solo and Luke, and he's probably going to be there. Yep. Ahsoka is probably going to come, because she'll find out that he's in peril, so she will want to come save him, and then maybe 1 or 2 others.
Holy cow! I just had it. What if they bring Luke at the end of episode 8 in 2 weeks, and Luke shows up?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Well, they already got who can play him. Sebastian Stan. He looks just like Mark Hamill. He's just thick.
What?
Have you seen this?
No, gosh, I'm busy moving and packing. And
I know.
stuff.
Yeah, but we're live. We're talking Star Wars, not.
I know. Sorry.
Not T-tells. Yeah. Go.
But that's what I don't like the most, is that you're setting it up to be exactly the same thing as last year, just with Jedi instead of Mando.
Yeah. But that was my favorite episode. So again,
but it's just so corny to do it again.
Dude, it's Star Wars. It's corny's okay. I think. I gotta change the screen. It's like a mopey.
That is a mopey Mando.
It's it's somewhere between the middle of the night and really early. So I'm gonna I'm going to keep this screen. I'm going to bring up. Let me show you Sebastian Stan.
Okay.
And buddy, I assume you've probably seen this stuff, right? It is
The show? Yeah, I just watched it with you. What are you talking about?
no. You've seen Sebastian Stan.
Oh yeah. Where they have like the side by side with an appropriated Sebastian Stan as Luke. Yeah, he looks just like him.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Look at that.
He's a more handsome Mark Hamill.
Yep. That's not even Photoshopped. He just looks exactly like him.
Damn.
And I mean, you could have the dumbest episode. I don't care what happens in it.
Yes.
It's just Sebastian Stan as Luke.
Yes.
Yeah, they've already said that like a few of these are spin-off things, Mike. I mean, there's going to be, I think, Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian is going to be a spin-off. Ahsoka is going to be a spin-off, and they're out there positioning even Gina to be a spin-off.
Yep. I bring it on, man.
Milk it.
Yeah, bring it. That'd be cool. Like, did you guys? I don't want to get off the rails here, but just as an aside, so HBO Max is going to take all the releases from, I forget which studio, everything. So basically, all of the next year's theatrical releases are wiped out. So 2021 goes to home viewing. So Disney's going to have to respond to HBO with some serious firepower because they have all these movies coming.
Mm-hmm.
So can we handle 3-4 Star Wars series going on next year? Maybe.
I don't need to watch anything else then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the that is going, like I said, he's building allies. You're building, basically, it's becoming like CW, where they had the Justice League. They started out with Arrow, then they got Flash, then they got Supergirl, and then all of a sudden it was like its own little Justice League.
Yeah. I think they had 7 concurrent superhero things going at once.
So this is going to be similar. You're going to have, first it's Mando. Mando was successful, so now they're going to pump out some money and put in a couple others. Bo-Katan, it would be people would watch that every like hot chicks flying around in jetpacks.
Yeah, man, sign me up.
With boob armor. Sorry, Anita, the boob armor stays.
Mm-hmm. So, Michael, if you want to come in here, just send me a DM if you want to come chat. I like to see you chatting in here.
Yeah.
And Wookiee Supremacy, I don't think I've met you. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Mando Mornings.
But anyways, that's what's going to happen. Sorry, spoilers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. There's something reassuring about that.
Yep.
Right now, the world is upside down and people want consistency and, something they're familiar with. So it might be kind of nice. I know.
Well, even now, I mean,
people that are writers want something new and stuff and new art. It's kind of like.
I'm seeing it as back in the old days. Michael's in. I'll get you in a sec, man. Remember when we all watched TV on TV networks? So you'd watch X-Files on Sundays and you'd watch your whatever show on Tuesday or whatever then. Right now, I really look forward to these Thursday night, Friday mornings.
Yes.
I've got Mando, and there's not much else I'm really watching.
Nope.
So give me a Sunday night Gina Carano show. Give me a Wednesday night. I don't really care if it's decent.
Exactly.
But no, give me Sebastian Stan.
Oh my gosh.
And
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's cool. You guys chit chat for a sec. I'm going to hook up Mike with a link here. Hang on.
Yeah, I get it, Wookie. That's the unfortunate part about this is as good as it is, it can only ever go back to the very horrible Disney trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they say, you know what, forget that. We don't want to go that way. This is just our own universe, which is kind of what I hope they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So of these scenarios, what would you like to see? Something that's realistic. What do you want to see happen?
What do you mean?
How many shows? How many spinoffs?
I don't know. I mean, I love Gina, but Gina's not a star.
Okay. Yeah.
But her character. Do you like her character? It's not about her personally.
No, I think I know what he means. Like, can she carry a series? I wouldn't say she's an amazing actress.
I don't think she can do it.
She's probably listening.
I don't care.
Okay.
Sorry, Gina, I love you. You're gorgeous, but you can't carry a series.
As a principal, no, it's probably not enough, right?
And if you like, hey, if she wants to put in the effort to prove me wrong, I'll be happy to come on and say, hey, I was wrong, guys.
Character though, I really like her character. I feel there's so much room for growth with that. So, I mean, I don't know, her acting ability aside, there's so much room for that character.
Yep.
Hey, Michael.
Hey,
Good morning,
doing, everybody.
Morning.
I'm good.
Where are you at? Oh my, I like that.
He's on.
I am currently flying above southern Utah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. Nice. So you're
Utah.
I put the jetpack in hover mode to contest the dinosaur here.
There is no contestation. You have already lost.
bring it on.
You're looking at it episode by episode and not as the whole season 2 arc. This is the big action set that opens up the third act of one big chunk.
It's still crap. I don't care what it's supposed to be. You can script it, you can pretend, you can play any way that you want to. Setting it up so that the jetpack was the only way that this scenario actually works plausibly is stupid.
That is one of 2 things that I totally agree with on that. He set the jetpack down and was like, you still have remote controls for that thing. What the hell, dude? And the other was the other thing you mentioned. And I'm just like, okay, he hit on the 2 things I had a gripe with.
I mean, the rest of it I'm okay with. It wasn't fantastic. I'm not going to say that it's like, oh my God, this is like jaw-dropping, but it was interesting, which is all they're really going for. They just don't want it to be miserable. They don't want everybody to hate it. They don't want everybody to be like, oh my God, it's another Rey or something. You know what I mean? So, everybody got their boner for Boba. They got that in. That was great. They got the slave one in. As soon as that came up, X was like, screaming like a banshee. He's like, oh my God, slave one! Slave one!
I scared my dog when I yelled, no way!
Yeah, exactly, man.
I was like, I don't know why everybody loves that. It looks like a clothes iron. And he's like, I know.
I know.
It looks like the front of an elephant without tusks. It's ugly as sin, but it's just so recognizable and so iconic to the Star Wars lore. It really is. Yes, this was a very fan servicey episode.
Yep.
But
I'm still okay
I'm
with
not
that.
complaining about it.
I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is the lazy writing, because it's really good and sometimes, like last week, to me, was the most cohesive, interesting story they've had.
Yep. Agreed.
I think this one's laying out threads to tie together in the last couple episodes.
No, this is
the same
thing. This is the same thing. I mean, you were talking about acts. Then you should know that Act 2, right? That's where you build your allies. You build your allies up to the crescendo to fall into the climax of the third. So they're building their allies. That's all this is.
Yeah, and just like with Bo-Katan, that's a building an ally sort of thing. We're going to see it all come together in the last couple episodes, and that's always a step. And yes, I see it coming, but that doesn't bug me.
No, I mean, like I said, he was like, no, that's up. I'm telling you, there's no other reason to have the baby sitting on the Jedi satellite other than to summon the Jedi.
At least one recognizable one, absolutely. I think we may see Ahsoka again. I don't necessarily know that that's true, but I would not be surprised by seeing like Ezra or Cal from the video game Cal Kestis, something like that.
I think it's going to be 3 or 4.
So maybe a Sebastian Stan Luke. I know that's been all the buzz for a long time.
Yep. Has anybody ever confirmed that? I mean, I've just seen it buzzing around on Twitter.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay.
Sebastian Stan cast as young Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think, that might happen one day, but I don't think it's going to happen. But anytime soon. But like I said, I mean, that's a big thing for writing in the past 20 years, has been kind of showing exactly what, like the foreshadowing, happening really soon.
Oh yeah, in the first 10 minutes of a movie, I can usually tell you how it's going to end up and why it's going to end up that way. It's
yeah. See, that's why the movie like Beast was so good, because you can't do that. It's different than you think. What it actually is about is different than even what the movie is about. The ludonarrative dissonance is so stunning, but they actually use it as a meta to drive you to irony, which is amazing. What are you laughing at over there?
No, it's just
Dropping them $20 words on us and shit.
That's right.
I'm the Professor Raptor, and I know what you're after.
Yep. So Wookiee, let's talk about this, guys. Wookiee Supremacy says don't start on the prequels; they're gospel.
Yeah, because Kung mentioned right earlier this was prequel level writing, and the prequels were fine.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. If I was writing them, I could have told what happened in Phantom Menace in 20 minutes and like had a whole lot more going on in the movies. A lot more tax stuff, you know. Let's get some more politics in there. But I'm kidding. No, don't do that. But the core of the story could have been done in 20 minutes.
Yep.
It was a 34-minute show.
Oh no, that.
Okay.
So hey,
No, I'm talking about Phantom Menace.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. I was looking at the. Okay.
The implication, Smokin', which is another kind of dumb thing, by what he said when he got there, was, hey, I tracked you because I tracked somebody tracking you. They're on their way. If you don't hurry and make a decision, you're all going to die.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Awesome.
There was a time thing that kind of screwed with me because right at the end there, trying not to get into too many details, but after everything happens, you have Slave One on Typhon, and you've got the crew there. You see the Arquitens cruiser take off into hyperspace from an atmosphere, which I still have a problem with, but I'm not going to get into that part yet.
Mm-hmm.
Slave One takes off, goes to Navarro, and we cut back to the Aquitans, and it's still in hyperspace. So wherever they're going is a hell of a long way away. Unless it's made stops along the way. Because we're assuming, I'm assuming at least Slave One had to hyperspace back to Navarro. And in that time, the cruiser's still going through hyperspace. We have the whole scene on Navarro. And we cut back to the cruiser, and they are still in hyperspace. So is this possibly headed to the unknown regions or something where we're going to see like a secret Imperial thing? Is this supposed to be setting up the First Order? If it is, I'll be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Remnant Empire to First Order formation any damn day.
It's going to be a forest planet, an ice planet, a desert planet, or a city planet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sky Planet, Cloud City.
Yeah, we could do another cloud planet, I guess. Yeah, Spy Kids, come on, right? So where do you guys want to take this thing? So we did ratings. So what's yours, Mike? What do you get?
Mine, 8.5 out of 10. Easy.
Nice.
And that's what you said.
That's what I said.
That's exactly what you said.
We're not here to agree, by the way.
No.
Good.
I know that.
Yep.
I'm loving it.
I didn't hear you give the ratings. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, we started
That's
that.
why I'm
Yeah, I
saying
gave it a 5.5.
Yeah, he's 5.5. I'm 8.5, and you were.
non-committal.
Come on.
I want to watch it again. I really enjoyed it.
And Dee gives it a rating of, I would watch it again.
Watching Boba be the Boba we knew he could be was just so therapeutic.
Yep.
I'm
I love that.
sentimental.
Wreck and shop with a gaffy stick.
Yep,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gaffy stick's right there.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
it does.
I know.
Every time, like, the PVC flew off into the air,
Yeah.
X is all like, the gaffy stick! The gaffy
Like, yeah, dude, I'm like,
I'm surprised you didn't cringe because you know how much those costumes cost.
Why does the end of that thing look like a 70s phone receptacle?
what does?
The gaffy stick.
It's so you know where that's from initially, right? That's the Tusken Raider from A New Hope, and it's just it's some machine steel stuff. It's pretty simple. But back to the stormtroopers. I don't know, Mike. You know, I'm 501st Legion, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting. I can touch that arm of my my TK on a mannequin right here. So the joy I get when I see lots of stormtroopers on screen, I just kind of glance up and it's like that is one right there.
Yes.
So in fact, because they had to CG, because it is ABS plastic, so it cracks and it's delicate. But having it come off like ceramic was really.
All right, dude, we got to change this because when I'm looking at this now, it looks like Grogu is blowing a Force snot bubble.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it does.
Now, none of you are going to be able to unsee it. So.
I know.
Wookiee supremacy, I kind of agree. I think the whole Battle of Scarif, especially the space side of it, was really good. Not just the Vader scene at the end, but the callback to red and gold Vaders in that. I thought that was cool as
Rogue One lost me at the Goldberg plan, at the the Goldbergian machine plan at the end.
Yeah, there was way too much weird shit going on there. Yes, that.
And then it had like the grabber to grab the video. I'm like, are you effing kidding me?
Yep.
Climb the tower, line up the dish.
Get the 3.5 jack that's, been amplified to the size of a desk and pull it out and plug it into the hole. Like, that was the dumbest thing. I'm like, are you joking me?
It was
like, yeah, that was kind of manufactured conflict.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
That stuff made no sense. And then the final 5 minutes were so amazing that I don't care. I own the Steelbook version, like right over here.
Yes.
The final 5 minutes where they're staring into the exploding Nova
of Rogue One. No, I mean
Or are you talking about like Darth Vader?
Yeah, Vader happens. Okay. Leia happens, and Leia was clunky, but still.
So we forgive a 90-minute movie for 30 seconds of Darth Vader walking down a hall killing people.
Oh, I'm not saying forgive the move, because most of the K2SO was kind of a saving grace. Alan Tudyk is awesome in like everything he's in. But like they're talking about a Cassian Andor series. I don't give two damns about that.
No. Hey, let me ask. So, Dee, what do you think? We haven't talked about it much. You liked.
Oh my gosh! Still put me in the spot right now.
It's TV, man.
I know.
You're on the spot.
Okay.
But no, did you like Rogue One?
Yes.
Okay.
I really, really, really liked Rogue One.
And so Goldbergian mechanism or plot.
She feels it's funny because she's like ashamed.
No,
you can like it.
I don't want like any backlash. I really, really liked Rogue One.
We don't have.
Okay.
No.
Why the hell would there be backlash? You're funny.
I don't know. Let's all just be happy.
Oh, totally.
I love.
So the Phantom Menace is part of this thing, or Comicsgate, or whatever.
Yes.
It's about having your own thoughts on stuff and talk about it, but not because of some kind of dogma. Just say your bit. And I don't mean you on the spot, but just if you love that, you hate it. And being part of this for the last few years, there are people with things I disagree with wildly. Ryan Kinel, RK Outpost, just fucking hates Baby Yoda. And I did a show when he was first. I think it was episode 2 of and I was on his show.
Yes.
Of Mandalorian last year, and we just fought about it for like an hour. It was great. So, I don't have to agree, and I memed him for like a month.
It's fantastic.
And I even just did it. Oh right.
Yes. Just my gosh,
that
so
guy.
Good. Yeah. So I know.
So no, there's no wrong opinions.
Ryan is like, he's a Star Wars scholar.
He is.
Like, he reads every book. He knows just about at least every comic book. He knows all the movies, obviously, all the like shows and stuff that have come on television and everything else. He knows about those too. And so Yoda to him, Baby Yoda to him, Grogu, is the cheapest, most exiguous form of Star Wars there could ever be. And that's why he hates it, because he's like, he's like, you have such a rich lore in the legends and everything. Why did you have to go to that?
Yep.
With Shadows of the Empire.
So, by the way, feel free to read off that monitor over on the side.
There's just so much going on right now.
But I want to. Mike is showing off his hardcoreness, including his bloody T-shirt. Yeah, dude, I see it. Oh, that's some stuff.
That's 170 novels right there, and I've read every one of them at least twice.
Wow.
That has to be a lie, because Kathleen Kennedy said there was no resource material.
I sent that picture in reply to that.
Nice.
I've got a picture on my bookcase ready when somebody asks me if I'm a fan of Star Wars.
Nice.
That is fantastic.
So I think, Mike, you haven't seen Dee for about 2 weeks?
It's been a few.
In the interim, she brought over... we've got all of the mid-90s, I guess they're the 12-inch collector.
They're the collectors.
Amidala, Han Solo. I'm looking at them way on that room. Vader.
Oh, the Black Series ones from the mid 90s.
These are 95, 96-ish, right? I don't grab your Amidala.
They'd have to be after if Phantom came out in 97.
Well,
or
no,
99.
To any TCW fan, did Boba ever meet Bo?
who do you want?
Is that Bo-Katan?
Or Vader or Han?
Grab Han and Amidala. Those are 5 years apart.
Yeah.
That's cool stuff.
And they don't show well on the screen.
Well, I can tell you that Boba is about to meet Bo-Katan if he never has, because I pretty much guarantee that Bo-Katan and the Owl Division or the Shining Owls, whatever they are going to be there with Mando protecting or going to save the kid.
96, right?
Yep.
I do like the idea of our main character, the Mandalorian, being a child of like the Death Watch that had been extricated from Mandalore or exiled from Mandalore. It really goes towards explaining like he's clearly has ignorance about a lot of stuff. Like he has no idea that the Jedi were
they're
ever
like
a thing.
The hillbilly division of the Mandalorians.
Well, not
That's the way
necessarily the
they
hillbilly
treat-
division. They went into hiding, and he doesn't know shit about him. He just knows the way, as it was taught to him.
Yep.
Star-Lord's tabs.
I mean, they weren't going to do much for Tython, dude, because it didn't need much. The only thing they wanted there was for Baby Yoda to get on a Jedi satellite and phone home, and for the stormtroopers to have something to try and climb up. That was it. So they were that was never gonna be like a big temple. I mean, you're talking about like that's probably like a video game. A video game is gonna have like major investment in that kind of thing because you're playing through it. In this, I mean, all we're really looking at is the characters.
Yep.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting like a ruined building on top of a mountain, maybe, but
yeah.
That reminds me of something I want to ask is, and Buddy, back to you on the when the script just doesn't quite make sense, but you just kind of go with it. Like stormtroopers, and as a guy who's been the biggest fan of that forever, stormtrooper armor is useless, and they can't shoot. And you notice, we were like yelling at the screen an hour ago, like shoot the people, not the rocks below them. Or one dude with like a metal stick takes on 6-8 stormtroopers, and they're heavily armored and heavily armed, and just it's kind of like you have to accept that as part of the universe because it's never going to make sense, Or like, do you forgive that, or you just let that?
I know the EU had a reasoning for it. I don't know about what like in-universe Disney bullshit excuse they have, but other than haha funny.
I mean, it was just kind of dumb. Like he keeps hitting the rocks, and I'm like, aim higher, idiot, But there's not really an excuse for it. There's an excuse, like it's the kind of thing that, like, obviously in a book that would never work. You can't describe they purposefully aimed at the rocks below her feet as she ran across the carapace. That sounds kind of dumb. But in a movie, I mean, obviously you want the effect of it hitting the rock and making the sound, the ricochet sound, and the reflective bounce of the light and everything. You want that, so they do that for that purpose. Obviously, It's the same thing as like, what is it, the like Super Mario, he didn't start with white gloves, but they couldn't see his hands, so they gave him white gloves so they could see them.
Right.
You're doing things, you're changing things, as they move in, because it works better in a show. Like you were saying, what is it? Where she's pushing the rock down the hill, and it's just smashing guy, and they're just sitting there. Like
everybody did the
cannon, and just like, what? There's a rock coming my way.
Yep. But hey, was that not a throwback to Indiana Jones? 100%.
Yes.
I mean, it's a throwback to a lot of movies by now. But yeah, Indiana Jones is one of the first.
Yep. But a very fun, very clear, like, okay, we know what's going to happen here. So
it's the little comical little aspect.
Yeah,
you're cheering for that stormtrooper to get squashed by the big rock.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. I was, anyways.
I was kind of like,
give us a number.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys keep talking. There's so much going on.
Yes, clone troopers are superior, chat. Again, Will.
Those are probably post-Empire recruits, not the brightest. Yeah, but how dumb do
True.
you have to be firing at a boulder, see that you've had, no effect on it whatsoever. It's rolling towards you, and you just stand there.
Well, you can see on the E-Web there's no sight other than like this round iron sight that was like on prop planes in World War II. There's no targeting mechanism on it except the dude's holding it.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and you know what that tells me? That they're not strapped to it, so he could move.
Well said, Mike. And to anybody listening, to everyone listening, the E-Web, it's so obscure, but that's the large, the fixed gun on the tripod. From I think is that from Battlefront or was it from something before that?
Empire. They were setting one up in Empire when Han's little anti-personnel gun popped out of the bottom of the Falcon and shot them all in the Hoth Bay.
Yeah, but was it called an E-Web then, or did that come from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. It's important stuff. Yeah, the snowtroopers come in. And then
Will says, not going to lie, if it was me, I'd shoot the thing. I got the weapon. Tells me that I'm not bright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, it works in flight sim games. Just shoot the asteroid you're flying at and it blows up and gets out of your way.
That's true.
Yes. But they'd been firing at these rocks for a while and hadn't even, there's not even any like puffs of dust where, the round vaporized the, the outer extremity or outer perimeter of the rock. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Smokin', I'm not sure. I know he didn't have it on him running around on the planet. So if it was still on the Razor Crest and he didn't salvage it, then I think it is. His ion disintegrator blaster.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's toast now.
I think you're right. Oh, hey, that's a point. So again, spoilers. Well, it's not a spoiler.
Is that the pistol? Because he had the pistol.
He had the pistol. He didn't have the rifle, the one with the tuning fork on the end of it, the disruptor.
Yeah.
Rifle.
Yeah.
He looked very sad, kicking around the disintegrated remains of his ship. He's like,
I'm sad. I love that ship. What's he going to get now?
He's probably going to get one of those weird refrigerator-looking cruisers that the Empire has.
Nah.
That drop ship they used?
Do you guys notice those kind of look like DeLoreans, right?
A little bit.
Let me bring it up.
I just think they look like large blocks flying through.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that model before, and I'm like, I'm not sure I like this.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't know.
Pour one for the Razor Crest.
Yeah, nice. Will do. Give me a minute. Yeah, I don't know. These drop ships with the stormtroopers came out of are something. They're brand new, as far as I know. Let's see here.
Oh, you had it for a second there.
Yep.
There.
No. Disney's awesome. This player works really well, but it doesn't. The preview doesn't work in the same way as YouTube does. It's only within like maybe 10 seconds of accurate.
And that was a weird thing. I'm like, how does she process food? Is she all cyborg except her head? What's going on with that?
That's what I didn't even know what that was. I was like, what is that? And they were like, oh, she's a cyborg now. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't. So he replaced her stomach.
Yeah. Any theory?
The intestines and all that. W. Kung, as long as you don't take it out on the box, it's now canon accurate.
As long as you don't take it out on the box?
He just bought the Razor Crest Lego set.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As long as he doesn't take it out of the box, it's accurate to up to date now.
Because it's in pieces. But
Nice. That's perfect. Yeah. Take a picture, stick it on Twitter. That's good.
It's like an IKEA starter kit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
We have the technology to rebuild. I mean, he'll probably just get it remade.
Yeah, I was going to say that they do mention several times within the show that the Razor Crest is like a pre-Empire model. They're probably ubiquitous out in the Outer Rim, just like the YT-1300 is.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the Jedi will bring like a better ship, and he'll be like, "I'll trade you the ship for Grogu." No,
take the baby.
So speaking of YT-1300s, D, we took a break here for a sec. Buddy, you know what YT-1300 is?
I have no clue.
It's the that's the basis of the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
There's a kabillion versions of it.
Yeah, it's just a stock light freighter that they're everywhere. It's just like seeing an England truck going down the road, you know?
Exactly, man. That's perfect. Yes. Pretty much what it is. Okay, what else was cool? So let's try and get into this. I've got Dee back. Okay, so the girl here opens up like a plate on her stomach, and it's actually, it was kind of C-3PO.
Yes.
Right?
It was.
Similar, red, white, yellow, blue wires.
Yes.
So what do you think? What's the deal with her? Is she a robot with the human part?
There's so many robotic parts and whatnot to a lot of the characters, right? Vader, Luke, I don't know. They're showing that they can, extend human life by making them robotic, I guess, know. So you're putting me on the spot here.
Every time.
Every time. Oh my gosh.
We're here. It's YouTube.
Yes.
On the spot.
On the spot.
Yep. Okay.
So yes. I want to know the backstory. Is there a backstory of like he saved her life and flashed her inner workings? And
I don't know. I mean, Boba Fett's never really done.
He saved her life and she flashed her inner workings. What is this? Like a Star Wars parody porno or?
No, I've seen that. It's nothing like that.
No, like, am I missing something? Like,
okay, she's the same one he tracked down on Tatooine in season 1 and shot in the gut and left for dead in the desert.
Oh, okay.
And you see a pair of boots coming up to it with the distinctive one spur.
There you go.
Oh shit! Thanks, man. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep. And the spur. And remember the audio sting?
Yes.
It had a tinkling noise, which they used from the Death Star scene, or sorry, the Star Destroyer scene from Empire.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all these.
There we go.
It's so good. It's so lush. It's so carefully done.
Yeah, that's how people put together that Boba Fett was going to be making his appearance anyway. They heard that spur.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what us nerds were doing about this time last year.
Oh yeah, taking apart all of that. X has been talking. That's what I say. Boner for Boba, man. Hashtag boner for Boba. Everybody's had a boner for Boba. There was some guy the other day who was like just bitching about last week's episode, talking about how horrible it was, and like he had this whole paragraph about how it was horrible, and then the second paragraph was like, "And why have they not done anything with Boba?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's what it is. You got a boner for Boba, and it's hurting you. You got blue balls now for Boba because you haven't seen him in 4 episodes. You poor fucking baby."
Okay, well,
Michael, I don't think you weren't here when I first pulled this out. So I got this a mail-in 1978, and I just found it yesterday. Moving furniture.
Is that the one you're not supposed to have because the rocket can choke kids or something?
Dude, I wouldn't. No, I wish it was. This is the one that's been fused, but it is from that. They're separate pieces.
It's the second edition one, then. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But it's still 1978, and I hadn't thought about it for decades, and I just found.
I had those toys, and then I remember burying them alive, and then it rained, and I never found them.
I did that with a shitload of army men.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, it's a funeral. Bury them." And then it rained. Come inside. Where did they go?
You enjoy your toys. I love that.
Come on, I dare you. In fact, show one of those here.
I'll show. Okay.
Let Mike see that. So this is a 1990.
96.
And of course, we're in our 20s, right? So not. Yeah, this is 1996, and this is the. So it's not Black Series. It's before that. It's the Collector Series.
Okay.
And this is the Han. Yeah, you do it.
Oh, no.
Way prettier than me.
Do that.
Okay.
They can't see me.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
There we go.
Yes. That one. So it's pretty cool.
So
Killer.
I like the bad boys.
And you've never opened these. You're never going to.
Gosh,
right?
no.
Yes. See?
I played the heck out of my original action figures. I mean, Princess Leia's head had to be put back on with like a pin. My dad was great, and
yes,
I've lost. I didn't abuse my toys. I just played with them a lot.
That's fun.
So yeah, Princess Leia and Yoda can make an appearance one day.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course my Amidala.
Yeah, you got to
Pinhead and everything, huh?
Oh gosh, yeah, no. There we go.
Yeah, this is sweet, and that's 99, right?
Yes. So, anyways. Bit of my toys I love. They're fantastic.
So is that sort of like a classy geisha girl?
What the design of
geisha girl?
No, I mean the design of Amidala. I think that was Doug. Mike might know, but I think that's Doug Chang did most of that with the. I don't remember the
I mean, a geisha girl was basically just a servant. It was just a kind of a servant of depravity. If you think about it, she's doing the same thing, being a politician.
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody's mind is blown. You're welcome.
So, Jen Will, good to see you again. That's like a few weeks in a row. Snap them in half. Yes.
Yeah, no, I play with mine too. These are as an adult. Yeah.
So who else? So Mike, are you a toy guy too?
Not as much as I was when I was a kid because I got bills now, but and I don't have all the stuff that I used to have, regrettably.
That's good. I thought it was a burn. It's like not as much as when I was a kid because I'm an adult. Hello?
It's like,
but yeah.
Yeah, no, these are from like 20 years ago.
So
age isn't an excuse; it's income.
Yeah, that's true too.
No, I would have tons.
I made the mistake of leaving all my toys with my parents when I went to college.
Oh fuck, dude! Do you want to go there?
I had like 4 or 5 boxes up in the attic, and I was like, it'll be okay. And I remember coming back, and I got my first place, and I'm like, hey, I want all my stuff, and my mom's like, huh?
Oh, dude, really? Okay, this might be a healing moment for me. I swear, it was just 2 weeks ago. So I built my first TK, my first Stormtrooper, when I was like in grade 2 or 3, something like that. And then I built some more, and and then me and this crazy chick were dating 20 years ago, and I built one out of marine fiberglass because it was before the 501st Legion started. And I was at my parents for dinner. I was like, "Hey, where's that Stormtrooper costume I left in the basement?" And they were like, "Never saw it. Don't know what you're talking about. It's gone." I went and looked. It just got thrown out. It was 6 months. It was $5,000 worth of stuff.
Oh, geez.
I still have 2 here, full costumes. But so, buddy, your folks just threw your stuff away.
Yeah, they just. Well, I remember mom was like, "Well, people came and they asked for stuff for, for like with yard sales or garage sales and different kind of stuff or things for the like schools and everything." And she's like, "So, you had that up there in toy sales, and I didn't see any reason, to keep it, so I just gave it away." I was like, "I mean, you can't be mad." So it's just like, okay.
Yeah,
That's better than thrown in the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's worse. I'd rather them donate it and find a new life, But no, I do that
awesome.
For my kids as well. Oh gosh, yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, Kung, that's what I do too.
Yes.
All the Lego sets are not for me, obviously.
No.
Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly, Santa wanted to bring the
Lego Advent calendar.
the Ultimate Collector's X-wing for my son.
Yes.
Yep.
No,
So I think the closest I've had to like a really expensive thing. Well, I mean, it's not closest. It did happen. Was that when I went to overseas, and my grandfather died. And when my grandfather died, he left he was the one that got me into comics, and so he left all his like comics for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't there, so the person who got them to take care of was my great uncle, and my great uncle.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Wait, I see a Falcon.
Yeah.
We need to know more.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
I think we got the same mic
Yes.
rigs here. That's cool. But what is
We're showing toys, and this is kind of like up my alley.
We're fired up on Star Wars. This is what people do.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah. No, I love.
I like smoke effect in the foreground.
Yes.
Yep.
It can definitely help Daddy build the Lego for sure.
He's grabbed a piece.
Oh my gosh! My brother had those.
No. These are I'm gonna show my nerdness here. These are the Black Series 12-inch from 2.5 years ago, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know because you've left me full screen.
Yeah, let me try to figure out how to turn that off. Sorry.
He was very excited.
There you go. Fixed. Yeah, sorry. Dude. Yeah, those are the ones from just a few years back, right?
These ones are from about, I think, 2004 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, because the sculpt on the Chewie.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, the sculpt on the Chewie, the Han with the headset.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They re-released kind of the Kenner Falcon.
Yep.
Except they did some upgrades to it. Firing concussion missiles, that kind of thing. A really opened up interior.
Nice.
All kinds of like buttons that make noise, like launching the missiles, or even like audio clips from the movie, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it came with that, and it came with Han and Chewie, and then there happened to be like a block set of, it was Leia, Obi-Wan, Luke, and R2-D2.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, grabbing those entirely. I got lucky with the Falcon. It's initially started at $300
Wow.
retail.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shit, I don't have $300. And I kept going back, doing other shopping, because this was at Walmart. And I saw it in the clearance aisle for like, $120. I'm like, I still can't throw that much at it.
Yeah.
Finally went back 2 weeks later. It was down to $60. And I'm like, I'm not skipping this. They're just going to ship it back if this isn't selling. I want this bad enough.
Wow. What a nice find. That's really cool. Yeah. I wanted to get there's an Italian company that did a subscription for, I think, 18 months. You get a perfect shooting model of the Emperor Strikes Back Falcon. And it was a couple grand with lights and everything. But I'm part of the RPF, the Replica Prop Forum, and somebody figured out how to buy about a $40 Kenner set from a few years ago, and then 3D. Basically, spent a couple $100 more on 3D printed parts. So I'm about halfway finished that now for a proper ESB Falcon.
And have saved yourself like a few $1,000s at that point.
Nicely. Yeah, exactly. Nice.
I do like the R2-D2 because how's this for a familiar sound if my mic picks it up?
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
Hang on.
Yes.
Like that is the same toy as 78 right there. That's
that's wonderful, man. Okay, hang on. Here's this is a 78 R2.
Yes.
Again, I haven't seen this in 5+ years. Let me
My
see.
brother had.
Yep.
Oh.
Do you want to grab me the one off the fireplace?
I would.
Sorry, buddy. We're toy geeking.
I love toy geeking now.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. I mean, yeah. Okay. So I'll defend my thoughts on Mando. Is I feel good about Star Wars again because I didn't for the last 4 or 5 years. So you guys want to sort of? I can open that up to talk.
Oh yeah, Pixel. Well, you're the one watching, nerds.
What's wrong?
We got Pixel. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
The traitor.
if you want to join us, Pixel, just say hi on Twitter. Okay, so this is the new. This is from.
Pixel's one of the biggest nerds there is. He's just fucking with everybody.
So I just picked
chat
this
comes
up.
up on my phone.
And this guy was a little under 200 about a year and a half ago. But I got the 12 original ones that were redone as 12-inch scale. And it makes...
Nothing.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my God. I've never done this before.
Wow.
Wow. That's so
Snap.
cool. Nice. And he has the periscope on the... Yeah. What's cool?
Yeah, this one's weird. It does it on the rotation. So,
huh? Is this not the best show on YouTube right now? It's like let's show our.
Let's show the oscillated click noise from rotating
Oh,
head.
Hey, I could do ASMR. I could like eat pizza slowly and talk and just click toys and slurp coffee.
oh
Okay.
God, I need a beverage. I'll be right back.
Okay, go for it. Okay, buddy. We didn't spoil too much out of the Mandalorian. I don't know, any other big highlights? Anything we want to look at on the replay?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of things that they point at that people that go through and say it's the things you missed. You know, I think that it was like I said, it's basically a setup. You know, it's kind of a filler episode with better action.
Yep.
And you know, you got the Jedi, like I said, the Jedi satellite. You know, Grogu phone home, and then what's going to happen is he's going to get all his friends together. I think the friends are going to include obviously Gina and Carl Weathers.
Right.
Bo-Katan and the Shining Owls or whatever they are. Have fun so you don't spoil it. See a pixel. And I don't know who else has there been. Oh, and Boba Fett and Fennec or whatever, and they're all gonna go, and probably Bill Burr too, because they mentioned him.
Right.
They did show him.
Come on, that's
that's
huge,
awesome.
That's a huge.
So and Bill Burr. So that's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8, 9 freaking people, and then they're all gonna go take on the ship or wherever or the place, the base or wherever these guys are going, and then lose at the end. It's going to look like they're triumphant, but not. They're going to lose to the Dark Stalkers. They're going to get smashed, and as they're being smashed, and Grogu comes out, and it looks like everybody's going to lose, the Jedi are going to show up.
Yep. By the way, just Dark Stalkers. I want to get the right term here because I was talking with a bunch of people last week. Is it Dark Troopers or
the robotic troops that air jumped out of the cruiser itself? Those are the Dark Troopers. I don't know what Gideon's like personal troops are called.
But going back to the lore, the Dark Troopers were from that's EU stuff.
Dark Forces, Kyle Katarn.
Yep.
So what if it's now? Here's the thing, and this would be interesting. It'd be about this time, wouldn't it? What if Luke showed up with a bunch of students?
Oh,
like
not
Luke,
one Padawan, but multiple.
Luke and the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, they would end up being who was the Knights of Ren later on. Yeah,
wouldn't that be about this time?
Let's see, 30 years from Jedi to.
It'd be nice to see Luke kick ass.
Like, are you guys really super clear on the timeline here? This is we did this last week. We are what's the ADY timeline on this?
Mandalorian? It's 5 years after Jedi, so 9 ABY.
Okay.
That's right. We did look that up.
Yep.
Yes.
And then forgot because it was
because
it's the middle of the night. Yeah. Okay.
It was later. Okay. Well, then Luke could come, but Luke could be there. Ahsoka is probably going to come because I can't see them only having her in one episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they were smart,
she's going to join.
Yep.
Like only have her in one episode. I mean.
Yeah, but they like to shove everything into everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfounded. I just checked. I just saw a title on this about an hour ago. It's not confirmed, but there is rumor that Rosario Dawson has signed on to do a 3-movie deal.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Yeah. Perfect. Right up what Disney wants.
Okay.
Well, she put out a tweet the other day that said dreams do come true.
Interesting.
So that was probably when she signed it.
I like her so much.
Yes.
And I think it's a perfect embodiment to the character that goes back 12 odd years. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want to see it? Could they do it?
As a movie trilogy, if it's the hunt for Ezra and revenge against Thrawn, then it would have to be bigger than just her doing that. It would have to be a Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, but I'm sure they know that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they realize that people like Legends. They don't like their new trilogy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I heard that too.
Mm.
That post scene, that epilogue scene in Rebels takes place after what's happening right now. So she might be on her way to go collect Ahsoka to do this hunt for Ezra.
Yes.
Well, then you could see all of them going to help Grogu.
Okay. Yep.
You know, like I said, basically Grogu, you know, he phoned home. He sent out an SOS. So every Force user in the area is going to be like,
Yep.
Yeah, if they do it in movies, I think it would be too rushed as just like a B arc within them to do this kind of thing.
I think she's just going to be, she's going to get her own show.
You know, and I wouldn't mind that. A show revolving around her and Sabine's hunt
That's what I think is going to happen. I think it's just going to be her own show. And then what's going to happen is because it's, you know why that's brilliant, right? From an economic standpoint, because they're collating assets.
I get you on that one. Yep.
Like Mando can use, like if they have the Shining Owls it's something owls. I can't remember what they're called, but basically Bo-Katan's group. It is Shining. Okay. All right. So the Shining Owls, and then Ahsoka and Mando, right? Mando can use Ahsoka. Ahsoka can use the Shining Owls. Shining Owls can use Mando. They can all use each other's assets.
And if there is a spin-off Gina Carano series, there's that too.
And so they can all what they'll do is they'll just pay them, per the whole group. Night Owls, this other guy said, Kung says. So, you have basically 4 or 5 shows that will just be borrowing, like I said, the assets from each other, including the actors.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, here's $30,000 to do a cameo over on this series. Well, how about that? Or if it's contracted, then what
they'll do is they'll do the same thing.
Contract time.
Yeah, they'll have like a CW verse kind of thing. It'll be Disney's something like Star Wars, whatever. You know what I mean? And they'll be contracted under that and be used for wherever.
Yep.
And they'll just sign up for so many episodes, period, per year.
Mm-hmm.
Another rumor floating based off of this is a younger Luke Skywalker that takes place like a couple years after what we're seeing now, that is starting the Academy. It's supposed to be like the old novels, the Jedi Academy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the possibility of seeing a show based around that, or even just like a maxi series of like 4 hour-and-a-half episodes or something.
What they need to do, though,
thank you,
is keep this away from, if they want to keep the fans happy, all of the fans happy, they need to just come out and say, this is its own universe.
Filoni has stated that he has no qualms about changing what exists as canon as far as like what his shows are going to do to the future sequels.
Yeah, I know that, but I just think that they should just say, this is its own universe. It has nothing to do with the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Admiral Thrawn actor candidate. I have always wanted to see Jason Isaacs in that role.
There was some guy who said, the guy who played Smaug.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yep.
Yeah, him.
Oh, yes.
I could see him doing it. I still like Jason Isaacs. He's got that look.
Mm-hmm.
But again, somebody could argue that Benedict Cumberbatch has kind of a little bit of an alien physique in his face,
You know what? I like, he's a really interesting, he very much changes from role to role.
He's a good actor, yeah.
Fantastic. But I mean, he can be like a weird looking dude or a really handsome dude. It's almost just, he's got that facial quality. Kind of like, almost like a Jim Carrey in a weird way. It's like he can play a good looking guy or he can play a weird looking funny guy. Cumberbatch.
Yeah, the Sherlock Holmes series that was on Netflix. That was excellent. Freaking Smaug and Bilbo solving crimes.
Yeah. So wait, I just realized
Martin Freeman's awesome. Sorry, go ahead, X.
Are we going to see Thrawn this season, or do we have to wait till the next one?
I don't think we see him unless they actually do an Ahsoka thing.
Okay.
I would hate to say it. I hate to say it, but like with The Mandalorian, you start getting this other stuff going on, it's going to be too big of a show for him.
Sure.
Well, he's kind of, like I said, he's kind of like a hillbilly.
And do you know how many people watch Swamp People? Or Duck Dynasty?
A lot. But that's what I mean. Like, everybody keeps saying, like, he doesn't know about these things. It's stupid. And I'm like, well, he's sort of like a hillbilly. Like, I mean, the thing about hillbillies is before they became, degenerate and known for incestualizing, they were just a group of people that wanted to hold on to old traditions, sort of like the Cajuns.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I see his group as, the Watch as, is they were just this group that wanted to hold on to these old traditions. And so they're kind of disconnected from a lot of stuff by choice.
Yeah.
Well, also in hiding, because I think there was death marks on all of them at the end of I think Rebels. By the end of Rebels, they all had death marks on them, so they all went into hiding. The survivors of the final battle.
Okay. Yeah. Good morning, Orville Nation. Love you guys on Twitter. We haven't spoken before, but good to see you here. Hope you watched Mandalorian. I hope we don't spoil anything on you.
Mando is like a cult member who escaped into the wide world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more than just a cult member.
I wouldn't mind seeing like season 3 of the show taking him into the fold of the existing other Mandalorians, like Bo-Katan's group and stuff like that. Him actually going to Mandalore and seeing what it's like now.
What I think, what I was afraid of with him when he kept like hitting the stupid force field like a moron was that he was going to turn around at one point and just like put his hands out and move it. Like even just a little bit. That like all of a sudden you were going to find out that, oh, he's force sensitive.
Oh God, no, don't do that. That would ruin him.
You know, and I was going to be like, are you effing, joking? But I was glad that they did not do that, but I was not happy that he just kept running into the damn thing.
Here's a weird thing. What if the procedure that Gideon's trying to do actually shuts down the force ability of Baby Yoda, and he literally just becomes kid sidekick?
I mean, I don't think Mando would care.
I mean, seeing the lone wolf and cub metric going forward, I wouldn't mind that. But again, as it stands right now, if he's going to be a Jedi and start using powers more and more, the second you enter a Jedi into the mix of Star Wars, it becomes about the Jedi. And I don't necessarily like or agree with that sentiment because it's a whole galaxy.
I think it can. I mean, I remember I played I GM'd for a friend of mine a long time ago, a Star Wars like D&D type game, like RPG game.
Oh, I've got them all right here.
Okay, well then you don't like it was like a
glimpse of that.
It would have been like 2008 or so, I think. D20
Saga system. Got it.
Wizards of the Coast, yeah. And I was like, okay, so I read it. I didn't like what they had. I kind of recreated some stuff. I created this whole thing called Dojo, Destroyers of the Jedi Order.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like this thing I created was a Wooktar, which was like a mutation of a Wookiee and a Qatar, which are like these cat people. So it looks just like this wicked barbed werewolf that had Jedi powers and chased them around.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time they came into seeing it, we're trying to break into this like mountain installation. They're going down this like 60-foot tunnel. They get to the end, this door won't open. And I say, okay, well you hear something heavy hit the pads at the beginning. So they look back and they can't see. It's dark. There's light, on the outside, but the door's been closed. All of a sudden, sparks begin to fly from either side of the wall as its nails literally just, are scratching against the walls, and then that kind of freaked him out. But basically, there's a whole lot of world that they could get into.
Oh, a crap!
And I remember, and all they ever do really is get into like 3 or 4 places. I make fun of it. I say, there's Forest Planet, there's Ice Planet, Desert Planet, and City Planet.
Yep. But hey, man, there's budgets, yes. So I don't begrudge that.
No, but that's the thing though. Having more shows will open that up because, like I said, you can share assets now.
Yep.
So you can have more per the different characters or more opened up because you have if you have 4 per show and you have 5 shows, we get 20 then.
And they're doing their in-house special effects all together at once instead of like what Rise of Skywalker did was just scale with their Star Destroyers that they had there at the end. They literally scaled up the Imperial Star Destroyers from Rogue One and then added the gun on the bottom. That is all they did.
Gotcha. Yep.
You could tell from the comm array on the top of the bridge. And it's all they did was scale it up, and it was just lazy as shit. I know Marvel Comics has been facing a lot of heavy flack for their Star Wars lines because of stolen artwork, and
Yeah, we were just talking about that this morning.
Yes.
In bed this morning, for real. I'm talking about how Marvel sleeping. No, not sleeping. Awake. Yes.
Anyways, yes.
Well, they just had like most of their Star Wars titles canceled anyway.
Yep. But no, the using the Hot Toys Palpatine in the poster, and then there's a bunch of books that went forward.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were taking. They took a couple of artists, and I do. You guys know me from Twitter. I do my art too, and I guess it's something I do shows up on a Disney poster. It's but for free. That's not cool.
Not cool.
Yeah, with no crediting whatsoever, nothing like that. A couple of things have even. There's a guy. His name is Fractal Sponge, a very prolific 3D modeler. He's done amazing work. I suggest looking up that name and checking out some of his stuff if you're a Star Wars fan. He does amazing detailed 3D sculpturing.
Yep.
Nice.
And his designs, because he does modifications and stuff to existing stuff, he created the Mandator class that the orbital cannon Star Destroyer that the First Order had was based on. And he's not affiliated with Disney or anything like that, but Marvel had no problem like literally taking his designs from like putting him through SketchUp and then putting him into Photoshop to like lay in his background ships in panels on their comics.
Yep.
So much so that he did an A-wing that had like the peg on it so you could put it in a stand. They were so lazy they didn't take the peg off the A-wing.
Oh my.
Sorry. Yep. And that was in a book, right?
That one was in a book, yeah, one of the comic books, yeah. But they've done stuff where they've taken it and put it in like the tech encyclopedias or the visual guides of the movies.
Yep.
Well, now they're like using the comic books to retcon even more. Like I think the latest thing is they said that Princess Leia was always the most powerful Jedi, and she's the only one that could have ever been a master.
Where was this?
In the new Marvel comic books.
Oh, do we want to go there? Gosh.
Oh gosh.
No, there's new things happening that are not good. We got to hit the comic book store this weekend.
Yes.
When we were when we had this like thing called Insider, I wrote this one article where I said that it was just a short blip to was it Rian Johnson to Last Jedi, and I said the Last Jedi was supposed to be about Leia being the last Jedi and her taking over the spot that Luke was too much of a pussy to take, and she was going to do that, and I guarantee you that's what Ryan wanted, but she died, so he made do with what he had.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know it's a sin, but nothing so bad as that just a few months ago where Daisy Ridley said that they literally up almost until the release hadn't figured out who her father was going to be, or they're well into shooting. I mean, so they just had stuff and they just figured it out on the editing floor. So yeah,
but this is pretty clear. JJ was just working with what he had at that point.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Rise of Skywalker, or was it the Rise of Skywalker? Right? Was that what it was called? The last one.
That was the last one. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it was horrible. It was. I mean, it was so bad. I remember X and we went to the movie like on opening night, and we were like streaming from it and stuff. He was in like a stormtrooper jacket. I went to this like fancy theater around here to go. Mm-hmm. There was a dude behind me that was so bored he fell asleep and dropped his champagne bottle and phone on the floor.
Oh my!
Well, at least he had a champagne bottle. That's that's balling.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think
he was. Huh?
You had a bottle of whiskey before you went, and I got a couple bottles of wine coming out. And then
I was like, after Last Jedi, I need to be drunk. I need to be inebriated to see this.
Oh, you have to, or high as hell, so you can laugh at it.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, let me check this out, and then, I mean, I remember the dialogue from the get-go, where she was like, oh, Rey, we why isn't she here? She's our best pilot. And I'm like, oh God, she's the best freaking pilot now. I'm done. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day that was talking about that.
Hyperspace skipping. What the fuck?
Where she was some person that was a Reylo, that they really love Rey and Kylo and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, what is your problem with Rey? She's so fantastic. And I said, well, it's just that she's a nothing burger of a character.
Yep.
I'm like, I don't really
Everything
care
happens to
that.
her.
Yeah, I don't really care about Rey. Like, I don't hate her. I just don't. There's nothing to like about her. It's like, this is a person who, I mean, they want to say like, oh, she was abandoned and she had to fend for herself. I'm like, yeah, this is a person who like, you know, rappels down metal structures barehanded in the desert and is supposed to be starving. Yet she's well muscled, toned, is like extremely athletic, has no issues whatsoever with dependency, regression, neither physiological or physical trauma. She lives in a sun-drenched planet and doesn't even have a fucking tan.
I have seen desert scavengers, real ones, and they are like one step above Sally Struthers kids. You know?
Yeah, that's good, man. It's funny. And then Dee says, "Bro, it's a movie."
It's a freaking movie.
But that's a good point.
You know, like, yeah.
It's there's you gotta walk the line.
She's well-toned because she's starving and she has to work for every little bit of food. Like, what do you want?
Nutrition and muscle don't work like that.
Oh my God. It's a
If she's starving, if she's starving and she's on a desert planet, you know what she looks like? She looks like the woman that she stares at in the first episode who's like toothless, old, got like lesions and skin cancer and all that stuff.
In 80 years, if she doesn't get off that fucking planet, though, which she does get off because she is like.
You look at Luke in A New Hope. That's what she should look like.
Arguably,
Luke was
that's kind of
tan.
what that moment was meant to portray too.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Luke was tan. He was, he had worked as a farm boy, as a moisture farmer or whatever, but he wasn't like overly muscular.
No,
he was skinny.
That was casting. That was just, I don't know. I don't think that was on purpose.
I mean, look at the body difference between him in New Hope and him in Empire.
I know.
Oh,
Luke in Empire is just like he's like
fit.
Nothing. He's a pretty ripped guy.
Hey, when you carry a Yoda with one, like.
That's true. Very true.
But that's the thing is like, again, there's this great anime, My Hero Academia. Okay. And there's a kid who like in a world full of
Sorry.
In a world
full
of superheroes. There's this one kid, he doesn't have any power. They call him quirks, and he doesn't have a quirk. And so this one guy who everybody looks up to, who's like the superhero of superheroes, says, I can give you a power. I can give you the power that I have, all for one, and it's really cool. The idea is that it's like these heroes throughout history, they give their power to the next worthy person. Mm-hmm. So this hero gives his power to this kid, but he says, okay, in order to use it, to accept it, you've got to get stronger. You got to build your body up to take that. And I kind of see like the Force is kind of like that. If you've got a bunch of Force, you got to build your body up to take that. She never did that. There's nothing to, like I said, she doesn't even have a tan on the sun-drenched planet. What you're telling me is that she's perfect. She's a better mechanic, better pilot, better gunfighter, better fighter, better energy. Jesus Christ.
Sure, I get
and then
that.
the second she finds out about the Force, I can do everything with it.
She downloads the powers. The book?
I get that for sure.
In the book, she literally downloads her powers from Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would have been character development that I would like to have seen in the movie.
Thank you. I agree. I totally agree with that.
Having
that happens.
Books.
That happens when she's like, she does the reverse mind trick thing. She downloaded his powers.
Yep. Like, I think what people need to distinguish, like, I don't have a problem with Daisy, really. She's beautiful.
Oh, gosh.
And that's
Daisy's cool. Daisy's cool.
Yeah. Daisy's fine. I don't even care about her.
Yeah. But when the writers just do stupid things with cool people,
I agree.
that makes me mad's the wrong word, but
frustrating.
You just go away.
I'm not mad, honey. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
Natalie Portman is a phenomenal actress, but dear God.
Exactly.
Oh,
Same thing.
Drove me nuts. Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Her acting what sucked, but that's what they wanted from her, and it's beyond. Those are my least favorites, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But
the whole point of this stuff and to have conversations with all these amazing people,
yes,
is to have the opinion, but it's nothing. It's not personal.
Nah. Yes. It's not a personal thing. It's just like the logistics of the situation as I see them, like my observations. This is what I think of.
With writers and movie makers, yeah.
Exactly. As a writer, like when I look at that setup, I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
And there's one full extra level to this stuff, and I think probably the audience, no, maybe familiar with it, maybe not. I know Buddy, we talk all the time, but when you have criticisms of these things, and it's not personal, it's not like if I don't like Ray, and they come at you with you hate women, it's like clearly
No, you
great.
hate. No,
thank you.
No.
And that's forever because the internet's forever.
Yeah.
No, I quite like women, but then when someone like Ryan Johnson, the director, called us all, and I quote, he called us all toxic man babies.
Nope.
And it's just like, dude, you're going after the people who pay your bills. And it's why I guess you need to go sort of talk about things in a positive light when you can.
Exactly.
But
he had a really stupid comment the other day that a lot of people have attacked, which was he came out and said that Vader and Anakin were two different entities, and that Luke only knew Vader and he never knew Anakin, therefore he could never speak to Anakin.
That's right.
And the whole idea was that the reason why that came up, the reason why that came up is because somebody was like, what did you change in writing and yada yada, and somebody had asked him, did you ever think of using Anakin as the ghost to talk to Luke instead of Yoda?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. There. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was like, oh, he didn't have a relationship with Anakin. He only had one with Vader. I was like, after he found out that Vader was his father, he never addressed him as Lord Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith from that point on. Return of the Jedi just has it perfectly when Luke gives himself up to Vader. It's good to see you again, Father.
Exactly.
So you've accepted the truth.
What I liked.
Say it again. Do that again. Come on. You had the voice going.
So you have accepted the truth.
I've
accepted the truth that you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father.
So
that name no longer has any meaning for me.
Yeah, and that's what
good.
It was.
Yes. But I guess the point being that the director of the thing gets it much less well than the fans have over the last 4 decades.
Yes.
And that's frustrating. And someone's got to fix it.
Yes.
People who care about things should be the people who take over it. And I don't want to get into Star Trek even 1%.
That's a whole other.
That's for tomorrow night.
What?
Yeah.
You don't want an STD?
Oh, exactly.
The only cool thing that has come out since Voyager, and that is was I'm sorry, this was just a moment for me that I loved, was the sabotage blowing up the swarm scene in JJ's third movie. That one scene I thought was really freaking cool.
I loved that too. This is Beastie Boys in the Star Trek movie.
No.
And I know we weren't.
Did I miss that?
You might have missed it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't bring it up now, but I certainly can later.
Okay.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god! I mean,
it's
About,
sabotage.
yes. Oh gosh. Yes.
There you go.
Sabotage.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. Dude, I grew up Beastie Boys. Come on.
I can't yell in my house. Everybody else is asleep.
Perfect. I like that, Michael. That was brilliant. We felt that vibe with you.
Yeah. So
Star Trek. Why would you bring up Star Trek when we're already passionately talking about Star Wars?
Well, actually, no. That's I think a lot of us follow some of the same people, and when you talk about,
it's another facet of Phantom Menace. Yeah,
exactly. Phantom Menace.
Ooh.
I do work with Robert Meyer Burnett, who I'm a big fan of. We catch that. Oh, in fact, and we like watching Liz Views.
Oh, yes. Love
and
that.
we're fully stealing.
Yes.
Riffing on that vibe. If you guys haven't watched that, it's so fun.
Yes, I love the two of them.
They guzzle wine and talk about movies a few nights a week. It's really fun.
Yes.
But as a guy who's been one of the biggest experts and worked with Paramount for a couple of decades or more, it's just about you hire the people with the right. I don't want to go deep into the virtue signal thing, but it's a bit of, it's the people who look right on paper, but they don't love it like you do. So Mike, if you've read that many books, you're probably a decent guy to be working in the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
I'd love to.
Yeah. And then you hire J.J. Abrams or Ryan Johnson, who aren't really part of it, don't really give a fuck.
No.
They don't have a drawer full of every 1978
or
figure.
Star Wars tattoo.
Yeah, or I've got a few. You've got a few. We need people who are part of the fandom to be making the stuff.
With the passion and the love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
I remember, what was it, Kathleen Kennedy's first missive when she was making the Star Wars story group, the group of writers and stuff like that would be going forward and doing this.
Yep.
And this is long before the whiteboard incident. This was like back before Rise of Skywalker, or Force Awakens, well before that.
Yep.
She put out a missive, and like the number one directive on it, on people she was looking for, was specifically people of color, especially women.
Yep.
And it wasn't like people that liked Star Wars. And then you took a look at the people that were on that missive, and I think only 2 out of the 10 that were accepted had actual writing credits.
That is
TV episodes.
I remember that.
My mind.
It was so bad. There was some of them that had like the producer had like producing credit of like a commercial or something.
Yeah, there was somebody who'd like run like a blog that did video game things, stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty low level. And I want to speak. I mean, I know what Buddy's background is. You guys know what mine is in advertising. We're a decade or more above where the people who are actually running the show over there are. Plus, we have the love and the knowledge of. It's like, yeah, it's a fucking gaffy stick. What do duh.
Yeah.
But you're right. But see, that's the tough part to navigate, is to do a positive channel, which this is episode, 5 here? 6. And to keep it positive, keep it light. And then at the same time to say, well, they want to go in and hire mostly people of color, mostly female. You can't say anything against that in any manner, or else you're a racist, misogynist, something.
Or if you bring up the question is like, should they have background in writing or be fans of the series? You get the same response.
Be qualified.
Well, like when I joined the Fandom Men, I mean, let's go back a couple of years ago. There's no club, by the way. When I became involved in the community, and I was doing some work with Ethan Van Sciver, I was doing some work with Jeremy Griggs, Phantom Menace, Geeks and Gamers, and the word went around for a while. The term, I mean, of a meritocracy. It's like, if you're good, you're in. If you're not good, you're not in. It should stop right there.
When did that stop happening? Like that.
I don't know. You guys want to talk to that? When did this all?
Oh my God.
When did this stuff stop?
When did they stop hiring qualified people and just hiring people because?
I'd say the second she wrote that missive. Maybe even the second. Okay, Disney acquired Star Wars from George Lucas. I was like, this is interesting. Let's see how it happens. They've done well with Marvel so far.
Yes.
I wasn't necessarily hyped, but I knew they had like the marketing department behind it. The distribution was worldwide. And I'm like, okay, I'm a little hype in that regard. Let's see how they go with it. And then like within, I think 2 months, they made the announcement that we're booting the EU. 40 years of everything that you guys have loved is BS and is trash and littler than fan fiction. And I'm like, well, you rehired, I think it was Kathy Tears and Timothy Zahn to write additional. And they've been flying books off the press lines over the past 8 years. There's a stupid amount of novels being released per year for Star Wars to cover the holes that are in the movies.
Oh.
I know. Oh, sorry. And again, it's back to my normie for a second.
Normie friend.
Every mistake thing that doesn't work is filled in the back, in page 7 of a comic or in chapter 4 of a novel. And I've got them all right there.
Yes, I know you do.
And they're infuriating. But sorry, back to you, Mike. That
was probably the first signs of like, okay. But Force Awakens was announced. And we all saw the Christmas commercial that came out, or Super Bowl commercial that came out for that, and everybody was like, "Okay, I'm kind of hyped for this. Let's see where they go. It's looking good."
Yep.
And I saw the movie, and I was very. Droid has to take a little thing with secret information to Princess Leia, huh? Wait, you hired Max von Sydow and you wasted him within the first 5 minutes? What?
Right. Yeah.
Hold on. What's going on here?
So I was all in. I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
Here's the Sphero. It's right. I love this thing even.
Does it have the lighter?
No.
That was a laugh out loud moment for me. Yeah, Finn throwing up the thumbs up.
I got mine.
BB-8's
Yeah.
like, okay.
That was wonderful. Love that. But no, that movie in the first 10 minutes, you're right, because it's Max von Sydow, and that's the old guy, whatever. And they just he does this thing, and he's got the information, and then Kylo, well, they kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now you guys are fucked. So that's almost. Buddy could speak to that better than I can. The whole rest of the movie, if you didn't kill the guy, you probably could have just got an answer.
You could have force tortured him just like you did Poe, who you took the time to capture alive, letting his droid get away, and took him back to the ship to torture him, eating more time.
This is all true.
So what are we going to do
And
about
I
this?
know you're right, and you're like, it's just a movie, but it's like,
No.
but when you're sitting there going like, you know that I got, you know the Nathan Fillion gif where he just sort of, it kind of does this thing, but so when you sit in a movie for 2 hours and you just do that, it's like,
Yeah, no, there's certain aspects. It's just like, okay, let it go. It's just a movie, whatever.
Mhm.
But yes, no, you have informed me that there is so many holes that just.
no. So the spirit of this, all the fandom, there's no informing. It's sort of just
And you've.
to ask questions.
Yes.
And if you love something, like
if you want somebody that can knock out every single hole throughout that movie from scene to scene, second to second, if you haven't watched them already, I really suggest checking out Mahler's breakdowns on each of the movies.
Oh, they're very extensive.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll sit and do that one night.
Yeah, you'd
Okay.
like.
Yeah.
He's got a better voice than.
No, not you.
I was gonna say that.
No.
The guy's got the best voice.
Okay.
He's got a good voice. He does. He's a very, he's got the low British voice.
Hey, yeah, I'm not gay, but I would make sweet love to that low Welsh accent, man.
Yeah. No, he is.
Good for you.
But he's he's very intelligent too, though. He does a really good job of breaking things down and understanding the characters and the motivations and that kind of thing. BB-8 was great. He was a soccer ball.
No.
No, I love, and he's orange.
He's a soccer ball with a head.
It's cute.
Oh my
But no,
gosh.
so yeah, Mahler. We have mutual friends. I've never been on a show with him. Could happen someday.
They're so
But,
cute. Like, look at.
So, Mike, you and your toy stuff. Have you seen the Sphero stuff, which my gal's showing?
I've seen it. I've never been able to pick any. This is stuff that's been coming out, within the past 15 years, and I'm living in a double wide trailer. So
That's
awesome.
fantastic.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, the John Boyega was wasted in the whole trilogy. I don't want to get we don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole because we'll be there forever.
I absolutely love the concept.
Yep. In fact, buddy, if you want to take a quick run at that, you're the writer. We've talked about this before. John Boyega was the first. Remember the Super Bowl trailer from like 4 or 5 years ago? And it's quiet, and then there's that musical note. And it goes, bam, and you see this dude pop up, stormtrooper. Happens to be a black guy. Doesn't matter either way. And it's interesting. There's sort of intensity.
Yes.
And then we cut to BB-8 within seconds. And then they bring up the music. It's like, holy shit, this sounds good.
Yes.
And we thought about all the exciting things that could happen next. And buddy, you had a
cool out with that Millennium Falcon maneuver.
Yes. Yep. Goes up. Yeah. See?
This is what it's all about, right?
I know. Sorry. Welcome to my nerd.
No, I love it.
I'm not saying there wasn't cool shit in those movies.
Like this.
Yes,
but-
yes. And then, yes.
I think what he started about is like I had for a while, like I was going to write the way I would have created the characters, but then I felt like it would just be a fan fiction and I don't like those. So I didn't bother with it. But what I would have done with John Boyega is I would have had him that they found out he's force sensitive. Right. And then they take him into the Sith training and he just can't do it. He's unable to do it the way they want to, but he was tortured and he was beaten and he was hurt, like a Sith would do. And he just wasn't able to do it. So what they did is they're like, okay, just, get rid of him, make him a stormtrooper. Right. So they just make him a stormtrooper. And then he goes down there and he's doing that. And he's just kind of going along with the flow. And he slowly begins to realize in the first movie that he doesn't want to hate. He doesn't want to be angry.
And it's clear this is like his first mission kind of situation. And that's a great setup on that to where like he's seeing on the ground what they're actually doing.
Yeah. And so then he
with
finally,
your idea, he's been secluded all this time. He doesn't know.
Exactly. And then you find like a sort of freedom with Rey, and she's not a total like, I don't need no man or I don't need nobody to help me. She's just a person, you know. And that kind of like facilitates him growing and learning, hey, all people aren't bad. And so then when Kyle like attacks her, like in my version he beats her and he's standing over her, and then you hear the music, you know, the like, you know, and then you begin to see like the debris in the air shudder and move, and as Kylo is standing above, and then he turns around and you hear and it's John Boyega, and he's lit the lightsaber because he was never meant to be a Sith. He was meant to be a Jedi.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Chat, what do you think? Yeah, where the lightsaber flies past her head kind of situation too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he pulls it back to him, and then Kylo turns around, and it's him.
Yeah, it's well done sound effect. See, like we could all be sitting here going like, God damn, he's the best new Star Wars character. And instead
it would have been amazing.
Yep.
But
well,
you know, there's a couple like moments like that they could have fixed with just, you know, some interesting story, like, you know, where
having some background to these characters.
Well, like even in The Last Jedi, where you know, what was her name? Admiral Gender Studies is you know.
He groans. He got a groan over here.
I know, it's right.
Put on a uniform, you unprofessional ass.
Oh my god! Hey, spit
So,
it.
so the gal's taking a smoke break, honestly, but we're not on camera. But I would like to see your face. But okay, I don't want to influence this in any way. Laura Dern, right?
Yes.
Cool. Jurassic Park. Hello.
Oh.
But Laura Dern in Star Wars. What's your?
Oh, don't even get. It's not Laura Dern. It's the character that they wrote for her. I can.
Okay, so what do you think of the character?
I hated her.
She's a lesbian. I believe that's canon.
I don't care who they're having sex with or going to bed with.
Never did.
That has no influence on what's going on.
Okay, so did you feel positive, empowered, happy, sad, cringy? I don't know what was.
It was so weak. The writing. It was like she comes off as a villain and a bad guy and everything, and oh my goodness! But at the end, it's like, no, she's really good. She went and saved the day by like dying to save everybody else, but she didn't save anyone anyways. So it was pointless.
Okay.
The whole.
Yeah.
Are we talking? No. Are you really throwing me?
This is what we do on YouTube. It's okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Are you putting me on the spot?
Am I supposed to hold back? Am I
No.
not? Oh my
No.
gosh! Like no. That character sucked. The writing sucked. It was very frustrating. I didn't like anything about that. It didn't make any sense. Okay. So, but I'm being tossed into because I'm the 5% apparently, and like all the dude. You got to see. Like I like bad boys. I love my dolls. I. Why aren't there? Bring back the sexy men in Star Wars. Like,
nice. I'm gonna clip that.
No.
Bring back the sexy men. That is sexist. That is misandrous.
Bring back.
I love the bad boys. Like, you know, Anakin, Han. Dude,
I know.
he was going to be my husband when I grew up.
He's going to be my husband.
Oh my God.
Harrison Ford, for our generation, Harrison Ford created the dude we all wanted to be in both Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
I know.
And I raised you a Blade Runner.
Oh gosh, yeah.
He was also Jack Ryan in a couple of movies.
Oh
That's true,
yes.
Yeah, Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger.
Oh,
yeah.
No, love.
See, look at this. This is.
I'm just like my heart is beating for sure.
And you're stuck with me. Fuck whatever. You know.
He's like, I'm top liver. Sorry, baby.
You know.
I'm sorry. I'm not cuter. You know.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm not more ruggedly handsome, sweetheart.
No, but Harrison Ford is definitely a lot grumpier than my man.
Really?
So, oh gosh, Harrison Ford, real life grumpy.
Wow, X, you got to get. I mean, I don't know, man. You need to drink some grumpy juice or something.
Learn to fly helicopters or some shit.
No,
I'm working on it.
Airplane.
I've flown a couple Cessnas. I will get there.
Anyways,
Keep going.
No.
Okay, so the 5% was a fun topic. That was Ethan.
Yes.
Last week, just stirring the pot. It was fun. Saying that most women, so 100% of men love Star Wars. 5% of women, and I'm not going to quibble on the numbers.
I don't know the numbers.
He's about right, but you're the 5%. And
same with my wife.
Okay.
I love your wife then. Fantastic.
Oh, goodness. But I passed on your Thanksgiving wishes.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
All these ways.
Yes, thank
That was
you
very
so
sweet.
much. That was so sweet.
So, back at you, bro.
Yes. We could chat for sure. I would love to.
Yeah.
Kung White
Did Buddy just do that?
What did I do?
I heard something muttering, and then you smacked your lips like you were remembering the turkey or something like that.
Oh, no. I was just reading Kung. He says Holdo was not the best character. The Holdo maneuver was tactically lame, but it was the most memorable visual effect in the movie. I'll give Johnson that, though I feel it cribbed from anime strongly.
Yeah, 100% on all of that.
I mean, yeah, probably. Like, my idea for that was to do like I don't know, like Transformers when Optimus Prime, like in the G1, he comes back and then he betrays the Autobots because I forget what they're called, but those like the head transformer, the things that created the Transformers, the headmasters, they like programmed him to kill all the Transformers, and he rips his own heart out and flies the ship at their planet. You're
talking about the quintessons then. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the quintessons, yeah. And he tells them like he says till all are one. And he flies into their planet and kills them, destroying their plans, giving both the Decepticons and the Autobots a chance to settle their own arguments and do their own thing as a race, which I thought was just so cool. And I think that if they wanted to do anything, that's the way they should have done it. Leia should have been on the ship and said, I'm going down with the ship. Don't have it like be kind of subvertive that General Holdo could be a gay lover of her. Have her at that moment say, I'm standing with you. I've stood with you for 20 years. I'm standing with you now. And then she says, okay. And then she says, I love you too. And then the reveal that she's always had those force powers is not that she floats back because that was stupid. It's that all of a sudden you see Luke appear as a force ghost right beside her. And he says, what do you need? And she's like, that bastard has my son and I want to take him down with me. Yes. And he tells her, okay, this is what you do. And he like he puts his hand on her shoulder and he guides her into feeling Snoke's force. And you kind of see like some sort of like the like a telescope, you know what I mean? Where it flashes before, where she just sees him in front of her. And then she's like, I'm coming for you. Mm-hmm. And then she could like fly straight into all of those ships as they're trying to, they can't fire, they can't, speed past and get to the ships now because she's in the way. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. They can't fire at those ships because she's in the way. She's going to take that fire like a mother would. She's going down having the last faith in her son.
Yeah.
Instead, we get her opening up her frosted over eyes, and I swear I heard dun 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 dun. Yeah, John Williams Superman.
I love it. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
I know.
No.
So anyway, but I think that would have been an amazing scene, and then she just have her shout at the end, like, "Give me my son back, you son of a bitch!"
And then just quite a Ripley moment.
Break through the ship. And then she just breaks through the ship and kills him. And that's what kills him instead of the lightsaber. Would that have not been a much cooler moment?
Dude, it's like you guys should be writing for them or something like that. Like, what the fuck?
Well, we have tier 2 writers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
It seems like JJ, especially in Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker, and I'm wondering if it didn't have at least a little bit of input with the visuals going into The Last Jedi. He has ideas for cool scenes, but has no idea how to string them together.
Yes. Help me out here. It's not Super 8. It's or is that the right one? There's 2 movies with the same title.
There's
JJ can
Super 8.
Yeah, so JJ can do visuals. But the visuals, it's all shoehorned together.
He did Looper.
He's no Spielberg.
Ryan Johnson did Looper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, I would definitely watch that in Japanese subtitles. I love.
Oh, what do you got here?
No.
You couldn't make me voluntarily watch the sequel trilogy again on your life.
I will definitely. I honestly have only seen a couple of shows in English this year. Most of mine are subtitle movies and TV shows. So I don't know. I will definitely do that.
Well, let's try.
If you
I will do that.
I got a rip of A New Hope in 4K, and it was one of the restored color versions, minus all the magenta and stuff from 90, 97, 98, and Punjabi. It was fucking awesome.
In Punjabi.
It was Punjabi.
Look at see a Bollywood Star Wars all of a sudden.
No,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was just like, I mean, I've seen the movie hundreds of times, and just in Punjabi, it was just so crazy.
I know, but the
Like,
subtitles are.
Because you're looking at C3PO. and
Bollywood is so crazy.
I love that.
It's great.
No, but the way they translate, it's completely different. So you get something different.
Well, everything has to be a dance. Can you imagine?
Mine is South Korean or Mandarin, so it's depending where you watch. Like the translation's completely different, and it's the same show, so it's kind of fun.
So,
And there was a time where you knew you were getting a quality Star Wars video game if there were dancing stormtroopers in the front of it.
Oh, God,
Dancing to the Cantina song, and yeah, you knew you were getting a good game.
I love that. Okay, yeah, if you could find, it'd be fantastic.
what, dancing stormtrooper gifts?
Oh gosh, yes.
You'll probably find all the new stuff from that dance troupe that was on America's Got Talent. I would say look up Factor 5 game intro Stormtroopers.
Okay.
Have you guys seen the? They just did there was, I think it was Russia. I can't remember. But there was another. I don't think it was us as in America. Just created these robots that are actually they're stunt robots.
Yes.
They literally they jump and flip and do tumbles and stuff in the air and on the ground.
I just saw that. Yeah.
They're ahead of Honda.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I've been watching the Drive to Survive on Netflix. So, anyways, the Formula One. Anyways, go on.
I'm watching F1.
Okay.
Japan built a Gundam.
And everybody's so angry with it. They're just like, why didn't you build that? It's such a decadent travesty when you could feed 40 million people.
Yeah, but it's a fucking Gundam.
Exactly, man. Thank you. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Have you
They
seen
did movement tests on it.
No, I haven't. Sorry, I was just thinking of that.
I mean, it's not like the people that say these kind of things have any kind of economic intelligence. It's sort of funny because they'll say shit like, well, we should not buy or not sell this airplane because then we could feed 40 million people with that 100 million. And I'm like, you do realize the 100 million doesn't come until we sell the airplane.
That's exactly right.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay, I got to switch screens here. Hey, can I show this? I don't want to get struck. I'm going to leave it on Sweet Gina for a second. See what's going on here. I see Simon Cowell. I see
other people
yeah.
that are judges.
Yeah, that's the America's Got Talent dance troupe.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go.
Dude, people have been doing this forever. It's good. If I put that outfit on.
It looks like a bunch of cheerleaders.
Yeah.
This is a cheer competition.
Yeah, I'm not going to show this.
It's a dance troupe, so kind of.
No, this is full on a cheerleading. Yeah, this is cheerleading.
Know, but our audience can't see it, so I'm just gonna
it's
move
fun. It's fun. I love it. It's great.
Yep.
We need pom-poms.
Cool.
She's so funny. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, a real stormtrooper costume. By the way, guys, so I was thinking I could do some surgery because you can't sit in a stormtrooper costume.
No.
You may not know. It's impossible. But if I only knew someone who sewed, I could strip it from the waist up, and I could do this for next week. I could be wearing a stormtrooper upper body. Would that be cool?
It might be uncomfortable for you.
And I have
just the upper body.
Yeah, so basically what you see on camera would be full stormtrooper and a Luke wig and a fake tan. Would that be fun?
Would it be fun?
Would it be cute?
Is she gonna do Leia?
be?
Would I do
Would
Leia?
No, is she gonna be Leia?
I was in grade 1. Dude,
Okay.
I was the most popular girl.
Did you see her? Did you see her do like the the like black? You're like, I was in grade 1.
Grade 1.
My white Canadian girlfriend secretly like her inner name is like Shaniqua.
No, I'm not.
Right?
Oh no, she does. She puts her hands on her
She's
hips.
got a lot of sass, man.
No, I have no hips.
Yeah.
Do you want a sandwich? I'm gonna go refill your coffee.
Yeah. Give me a sandwich.
Can I go get you a sandwich?
Wow, he's got her trained.
No,
It's nuts.
just proper.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
I can't find a video I'm looking for either. I'm amazed that somebody hasn't got that like as a clip or something. I'm seeing all dance competition stuff and or stuff from that Connect Star Wars game. Ugh.
Connect Star Wars?
Yeah, it's a version of their Just Dance thing where you mimic the movements and the motion sensor gets it for accuracy.
Okay, yeah, because I bought the Connect in 2011, I think. And it had some cool stuff. I don't remember Star Wars version of anything.
Yeah, there was a Star Wars release and it had some bad songs on it.
Okay. Oh shit! Is this one of like there was like Han and Chewie?
Han Solo dancing in front of like the Bespin guards in the Carbonite room. Yes.
Yep, that's rough. Yes,
Tombstone. That game.
Yes, Tombstone. This one. Oh god, that game. Yes. I know. I think the best thing I saw on Connect was you had to be the Mars lander, like itself. You had to drive the lander through the atmosphere with your body. It's kind of goofy. I mean, me and my kid did it. It was kind of fun.
That's like it's skydiving with extra steps.
Yeah, it was very well done. But no, I think the whole Disney version of the dancing stormtroopers, the dancing Vader, all that stuff is kind of cheapened the brand a lot. It sort of showed where they were taking it.
Well, and then they've got their musical shows at the theme parks and stuff like that too. And that's just localized fun. I get those, but
yeah, I would enjoy it. I mean, if I was there, I would enjoy it for sure.
Especially
so what are you bringing up?
I was going to say, I distinctly remember one that it was Vader coming out, but there was like 3 different slave Leias that were all like backup dancers for him instead of just like stormtroopers, and the whole crowd was just like, whoa.
That was just a few months ago that I saw that make the rounds, and I stepped into it because some people were spreading that around. I think Ichibaka might have been part of that. And that was, there's about 10 clips, and there were the ones with the slave Leias. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I love this actually.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm just staring at it going, huh. Yep. Hey honey, if I shop something online, and I instantly got a no, but it was from the kitchen. So I still feel like that was a victory of some kind.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%. Yeah,
she's just waking up. She can probably hear me. She's going to bust in here and whack me in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's life.
Oh, I'll deserve it, sure.
Yep.
But no, she's awesome.
So who have we got here? A bunch of people from the last 2 weeks. We're going to do this next week, same time. Mike, send me a note if you want to come in here beforehand.
Sure.
And the following one, I can't wait to see what happens next.
And Mandalorian, yes.
What do we got? And then what else do we have coming up with Star Wars stuff? What'll be the next thing that comes out wherever? We have to wait till next year with Disney Plus.
Well, the craptacular holiday specials come and gone, I think.
I didn't bother. Yep. The Lego thing?
Yeah.
No, I saw the trailer. And it was just Rey, so I didn't see the point.
Her going through time and like in the different scenes of Star Wars and I don't know, fixing everything, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, well, this is just Rian Johnson's freaking fetish, isn't it? This is a movie he wrote about his fetish.
Yep. Wow. So we got to wait a year after. So we have 2 weeks of fun and then a year to do. Just wait again.
I think depending on how the series ends, we might get a couple of different announcements.
Okay.
I think we might get an Ahsoka center show announcement, the Rebels sequel that everybody's like wondering might happen.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm looking forward to catching up over the next. There's people who do their more measured reactions. They take a couple days. I'm guessing that Jeremy went live the same as we did because he did.
Somebody
that last
did,
week.
yeah.
Yep.
And I know Star Wars Theory. He does like live watches on YouTube. He doesn't.
I think you froze. You still there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I gotta get and go to work though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's that time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang on for a second. I'm gonna let Dee get back to us and say goodnight.
I'm gonna
And
come say goodnight.
You're gonna come say goodnight? Okay.
I'm gonna come say goodnight.
I think Mike froze. I want to thank everybody who tuned in again. I want to say, please like and subscribe. We're gonna be doing this every week.
Yeah, we've got 2 more. Mandalorian.
For sure.
But there'll be more.
Oh no, it'll be that, and we're gonna get into Christmas. We're gonna do Christmassy things. We have so much Star Wars stuff sitting right here.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars things, stormtroopers, maybe costume next week.
Ooh.
I think we could do it. You have to
I
be
would
Leia.
love to.
So give Buddy a good send off for his work day, and Michael.
Yep, Michael's
Got
gone. So yes. Good night, Michael. Buddy, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you so much for taking the time. Have a good
pleasure.
sleep.
Yep, no problem. It's a pleasure as well. See you guys later.
Hey guys,
Good night.
have a good night. And to the chat, Tombstone, Genwill, Pixel. You're probably in bed by now.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is here. Kung, new person.
Yes.
Orville Nation, always a pleasure. Known you well. See you guys in the next couple days, and definitely see you after the next episode
Episode.
of Mandalorian. Okay.
Okay,
Later.
good night.